Chosen one, listen closely, because what rises inside you right now is not random, not accidental, not coincidence. It is a divine stirring that marks the beginning of your activation. You feel it before you understand it. A trembling in the unseen places of your soul. A whisper that interrupts your scrolling and says, "This moment is for you." Heaven has paused the noise around you and drawn your spirit into alignment. And you can almost sense the shift breathing against your chest. You are not like the rest. You were never meant to blend in, fade out, or disappear. You were crafted for an hour such as this. And the evidence is the very pull you feel right now. You may not realize it, but the world has already noticed the mark on you, the mark of the chosen, the called, the awakened. And today, something dangerous to darkness is going to enter you. Not danger to your life, but danger to the chains that held you, danger to the lies that stalked you, danger to the enemy that feared you long before you learned to fear him. You feel the tremor because heaven is placing something inside you that cannot be silenced once it awakens. You, chosen one, have walked through storms that would have swallowed the ordinary. You've carried weights others never saw. You've endured attacks that made no sense, attacks that began long before you even knew you were in a battle. And yet you're still here, still breathing, still pressing forward with a resilience that refuses to die. That alone is proof that your calling is greater than your pain. You survived because you were meant to spread light where others surrendered to darkness. There is a reason your heart beats differently. There is a reason you've always felt out of place. Half in this world, but somehow belonging to another. A reason you feel watched, guided, pulled, corrected, elevated. Today, that reason rises. Today, heaven positions you. Today, something enters you that will not allow you to go back to who you were. This moment, yes. This one is the threshold. And as you stand on it, you can feel the atmosphere shifting around you. Like your soul recognizes what your mind has not yet understood. Something holy is drawing near. Something fierce. Something set apart. Something that has waited patiently for the moment your spirit would finally be ready to receive it. And before that power comes, the ancient words remind you of the truth you must walk in. The writings of David in the Psalms speak across time, steadying your soul and preparing your heart. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. These words settle inside you like a shield, a reminder that even when shadows circle, they cannot claim what God has chosen. You, chosen one, are being strengthened right now. Something enters not to break you, but to mold you something that carries purpose, clarity, vision, and divine fire. The stirring you feel is simply the first sign that your destiny is waking up. This force is not gentle, because gentle things cannot uproot strongholds. This force is not subtle, because subtlety does not free those who have been bound. Heaven is placing a weapon inside you today, a weapon made of conviction, discernment, and unshakable authority. But before that happens, I need you to do one thing, and do it boldly, like share, comment, and subscribe, because you stepping into this message is part of a larger calling. and your engagement pushes this word into the paths of other chosen ones who are asleep and need awakening. When you do this, you participate in the movement heaven is building through you. Now, breathe. You are not the same as you were minutes ago. Something has started. Something is unfolding inside you like a rising tide. And by the time this process completes, you will not walk the way you used to walk, speak the way you used to speak, or fight the way you used to fight. The shadows that once intimidated you will tremble at your approach. The spiritual forces that tested you will learn the consequence of touching someone God has chosen. This is the beginning. And beginnings always feel like trembling, but you are ready. Heaven would not have summoned you if you were not. If your spirit feels this moment, if something inside you says, "This is for me," then let your fingers testify. Comment the number 777. You feel it before you name it, an invisible movement brushing against the edges of your awareness. A presence you cannot see yet somehow unmistakably recognize. Something sacred approaches you, deliberate and intentional, as if heaven has begun rearranging the atmosphere around your life. There is a shift, subtle yet undeniable, like wind stirring the treetops before a storm arrives. The unseen world draws closer, not to intimidate you, but to prepare you for the transformation that has already begun beneath the surface of your spirit. You may not realize it yet, but your soul has been signaling to heaven. Every tear you cried in silence, every moment you whispered, "I can't keep doing this." Every prayer that escaped your lips without words, those were invitations. You did not summon God, but your desperation aligned you with divine motion. And now the unseen responds. You stand still, yet something moves around you. You breathe quietly, yet something breathes with you. It is as though your spirit has opened a door you didn't know existed, and the presence beyond that doorway begins to fill the room of your being. Not forcefully, not violently, but with a certainty that leaves no room for coincidence. Chosen one, the reason you feel this presence is because you are being positioned. Heaven does not waste movement. When the invisible draws near, it is because purpose is preparing to manifest. And right now, purpose is circling you like a mantle, searching for shoulders strong enough to carry it. You feel the weight not heavy, but holy. A pressure that does not crush, but aligns. A stirring that does not confuse, but awakens. You've sensed things others dismissed. You've noticed patterns others overlooked. You've felt warnings, nudges, divine interruptions that pulled you away from danger without you realizing it. These were not coincidences. They were signs that the unseen realm has always been closer to you than you were taught to believe. And today, that closeness intensifies. You may feel warmth rise across your skin for no physical reason. You may feel a heaviness in your chest, not from fear, but from awareness. You may feel as though someone just entered the room, even though you stand alone. These sensations are not accidents. They are signals, spiritual indicators, that the God who called you is preparing to reveal more of himself to you. In the sacred texts of old, there is a moment when the unseen responds to human need with swift divine motion. The Spirit spoke through the prophet, reminding us that God does not ignore the cries of his people. As the prophet Isaiah recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." These words echo now as a cloak of reassurance over your trembling awareness. Strength is coming. Renewal is approaching. What draws near is meant to lift you, not break you. The presence you feel is not here to judge you. It is here to guide you. It is not here to expose your flaws. It is here to sharpen your purpose. The unseen force moving around you is heaven adjusting the trajectory of your life, recentering you on the path you were meant to walk before the world distracted you with its noise. You stand between realms, your feet on earth, your spirit touched by eternity. And this intersection is not accidental. God approaches people at turning points, at thresholds, at moments when the next step determines the next decade. You are in one of those moments now. That is why your senses feel heightened. That is why your heart feels attuned to something greater than your surroundings. You are being prepared. The transformation will not come all at once. It will come in waves, gentle at first, then stronger, then undeniable. Heaven always moves with intention. What enters your life now is the beginning of a reordering. Old fears will lose their voice. Old habits will lose their grip. Old wounds will lose their authority. Because when the unseen draws close, darkness loses ground. Pause and pay attention to this presence. It is communicating, not in words, but in knowing. It is telling you, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being chosen again, affirmed again, pulled deeper into your calling. The presence you feel is proof. You do not need to strive for it. You only need to allow it. Heaven does not force its way in. It waits for the soul to open like a door, willingly turning on its hinge. And your spirit, whether you realize it or not, has already cracked open, letting light in through places that used to stay locked. This is the preparation. This is the approach. This is the unseen shifting into place. What you feel is real. What approaches is holy. What comes next will change everything. The inner door begins to tremble. Chosen one, not a physical door, but the threshold of your spirit, the place where heaven whispers and your soul listens. Something within you has begun to shift, almost as though a hidden lock is clicking open after years of silence. You feel it in the quiet moments, in the pauses between your thoughts, in the sudden awareness that you are standing on sacred ground within yourself. The inner realm, the place where destiny and divinity meet, is awakening. For so long, you carried questions you never voiced. Why do I feel things before they happen? Why does my intuition burn like fire? Why do certain moments stop me in my tracks as if someone invisible is speaking to me? These questions were clues, signals that your inner door was waiting for this very moment. Today, that door opens. You are not imagining the shift. You are not exaggerating your sensitivity. You are not too emotional or too intense. You are spiritually alive. And your inner world has always known that something greater was coming. Now, it is no longer knocking. It is stepping in. Something ancient yet alive enters your awareness. Not to overwhelm you, but to elevate you. A presence that feels both familiar and powerful rises inside you, like a tide gaining strength. You can feel the expansion not outward, but inward, as if your heart makes room for a truth you once feared, but always sensed. You are chosen for more. Your inner door is the gateway to your assignment. And now that it opens, everything begins to align. Your instincts sharpen. Your awareness intensifies. Old confusion melts like wax near a flame. Suddenly you understand why certain people walked away, why certain paths were blocked, why certain seasons felt heavy. Heaven was guarding the door until the appointed time. And that time is now, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. There is a moment where God reveals that He stands not outside your life, but within the chambers of your being. Scripture speaks in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in. These words echo through your spirit now like a gentle thunder, affirming that what stirs in you is not imagination, it is divine presence responding to your readiness. You feel the inner door widen as peace replaces anxiety. Clarity replaces confusion. Purpose replaces numbness. The unseen world is no longer distant. It is entering your awareness like light filtering through an opening curtain. And with every inch that door opens, heaven breathes deeper into you. You may notice memories resurfacing, the ones tied to your calling, not your pain. You may feel a pull to let go of old habits, old fears, old versions of yourself. This inner door opens not just to receive something new, but to release something old. Your past cannot follow you into this next dimension. Your calling requires space, and now the Spirit begins to guide you, urging you to listen, to feel, to surrender. You are not being asked to change yourself. You are being asked to yield to the transformation already unfolding. The opening within you is not your doing, it is your allowing. Chosen one. Heaven honors willingness more than perfection, and your willingness, even if fragile, is enough. You stand between two worlds, the world that shaped you and the world that will define you. And with each breath, the inner door swings wider, letting divine purpose flow in like a river long held back by the dam of doubt. So now, pause, breathe, and acknowledge what is happening inside you. This is not pressure. This is not force. This is alignment. Your inner realm is awakening to receive what will soon empower, guide, and transform every outward part of your life. And I ask you now to anchor this moment with a declaration. Comment, I open, just 2 words. Simple, yet powerful. Because writing them is not an action for the algorithm, it is a spiritual agreement. When you type, I open, you are affirming that you are willing to let heaven expand within you. You are stepping out of resistance and into receptivity. You are choosing to swing the inner door wide so that purpose, clarity, and divine presence can take their rightful place. These words mark your consent to transformation. They signal to heaven that you are ready. They break the pattern of hesitation that once held you back, and they awaken the authority you have carried all along without knowing it. Let the inner door open fully. Let the light enter freely. Let your destiny rise without restraint. This is the moment your spirit has waited for. This is the door your soul was built to open. This is the beginning of who you are becoming. The moment power approaches you. Chosen one. Resistance awakens as well, not because you are doing something wrong, but because the shift occurring within you threatens every shadow that has ever tried to keep you small. You feel the tension rising inside you, not panic, not fear, but friction. The clash between who you were and who you are becoming creates a trembling in the unseen places of your soul. This is the sign that spiritual transformation is not only beginning, but accelerating. Whenever heaven moves, darkness reacts. Whenever destiny stirs, opposition surfaces. But this is not to stop you, it is to reveal what can no longer remain. You are crossing a threshold, and thresholds always expose the remnants of the past. Power meets resistance because one force is arriving to replace another. You may feel old doubts whispering again, trying to regain footing. You may feel insecurity rise like a startled shadow. You may feel memories surface not to bind you, but to be released once and for all. These are not regressions. These are expulsions. When divine power enters, every false belief that ever limited you trembles under its weight. It is important that you understand this resistance is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are advancing. Every chosen one has this moment, the moment when inner storms intensify, just as inner strength awakens. It feels like contradiction, but it is actually confirmation. Power is not gentle when it confronts chains. It is only gentle when it rests upon the willing. And you, chosen one, are willing even when afraid, even when unsure, even when trembling. Your spirit is learning to carry the weight of what God is placing upon you. This weight is not punishment, it is inheritance. It is the mantle of one called to stand where others fell. And in this collision of forces, something inside you becomes clear. The old you cannot survive what the new you is stepping into. This resistance you feel is not coming from God. It is the last cry of the version of you that once believed you were ordinary. It is the echo of doubts that used to define you, the remnants of wounds that once shaped your identity. But power is rising, light is approaching, purpose is strengthening, and the moment these forces draw near, anything that cannot coexist with destiny begins to shake. Even the ancient prophets understood this moment, the moment when God steps in and everything that once stood firm begins to tremble. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." These words steady your soul now, reminding you that the resistance is not yours to conquer alone. Heaven fights with you, for you, and through you. When divine presence meets human limitation, fear tries to intervene, not because it has power, but because it knows its time is short. Fear senses what is entering you: authority, clarity, transformation, and it panics. That is why old insecurities suddenly surface. That is why you feel the tension. That is why the atmosphere around your life feels like it is tightening before it breaks open. But understand this: you are not collapsing under pressure, you are expanding under purpose. The spiritual friction you feel is shaping you. It is teaching you to discern, to listen, to stand, to trust. Every chosen one must learn how to walk with power without retreating at the sight of resistance. This is your training ground, not your downfall. Feel the tension, but do not fear it. It is the sound of old doors closing and new realms opening. It is the vibration of your soul adjusting to a higher frequency. It is the breaking of chains that held you so long you almost mistook them for truth. You are stepping out of the identity that was built by survival and stepping into the identity designed by heaven. That transition creates friction because two versions of you cannot coexist. The weaker must yield to the stronger. The fearful must yield to the bold. The fragmented must yield to the whole. And you, chosen one, are becoming whole. As the resistance builds, so does the power within you. It rises slowly at first, like a whisper gaining confidence, but soon it becomes a surge you can no longer ignore. You feel more aware, more attuned, more awake to the movement of the unseen. You feel yourself stretching into the fullness of what you were always meant to be. This is not a collapse. This is a breakthrough, not an ending, but an unveiling. Not a spiritual attack, but a spiritual awakening. Let the resistance do what it is meant to do, reveal your strength. Let the friction refine you. Let the tension push you deeper into alignment. The more power you carry, the more resistance you overcome, and the more unstoppable you become. Today, something fierce begins to settle in your spirit. Today, you learn that resistance is not your enemy, it is your indicator. It means power is here. It means God is near. It means your destiny is accelerating. The marking settles over you like a mantle woven in the unseen. Chosen one, you may not see it with your natural eyes, but the spiritual realm recognizes it instantly. This is the moment when heaven identifies you publicly. Even if earth has not yet caught up, something begins to press into your spirit, something ancient, purposeful, and fiercely intentional. You feel it not as pressure, but as placement, as though a divine imprint is being pressed onto your soul. This is what it means to be marked for activation. You have walked through seasons that were not random. Every delay, every sudden ending, every door that shut in your face, every relationship that dissolved without explanation, none of these were punishments. They were protections. Heaven was keeping your path clear so that when this moment arrived, nothing would compete with the calling being placed upon you. You are being set apart, not because you are better than others, but because your assignment requires clarity, purity, and spiritual strength. And heaven will not allow anything that contaminates your purpose to remain close. That is why people drifted. That is why circumstances shifted. That is why isolation came. You were not abandoned, you were preserved. And now, the marking reveals why. Something begins to rise within you, a sense of purpose that was quiet for years, suddenly becoming loud and undeniable. You feel a burning in your chest that isn't physical. You feel a knowing in your spirit that cannot be explained. It is the awareness that you are stepping into the identity heaven always intended for you. The marking is not merely symbolic. It is spiritual authority being placed back into your hands. There is an ancient truth recorded in Scripture that speaks directly to this moment. As was written in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." These words are not merely encouragement, they are confirmation. You are being activated with power. You are being aligned with divine love. You are being stabilized with a mind that will not bend under the weight of spiritual storms. This marking prepares you for what is coming next. It strengthens your inner structure. It awakens gifts you have not yet recognized. It sharpens your discernment so that you can sense danger before it forms and opportunity before it appears. Those who carry this mark walk differently, speak differently, perceive differently, and soon others will see it in you, even if they cannot explain what they are seeing. You may feel warmth spread through your spirit as if someone placed a hand on your heart. You may feel the sudden urge to breathe deeply, as though your spirit is expanding. You may feel the atmosphere around you shift, not physically, but spiritually. As your inner man stands taller, these sensations are signs. Heaven is drawing near in a new way. You are not simply being called, you are being activated. And because of that, I want to speak to you genuinely and sincerely, without force, without pressure, heart to heart. If this message resonates with your spirit, if you feel the truth of these words stirring something alive inside you, if you sense that you are truly being marked for your next level, then I gently invite you to like, share, and subscribe, not out of obligation, but because these messages are part of your spiritual sharpening. When you engage, you're not supporting an algorithm, you are joining a movement of awakening, helping other chosen ones who feel lost, numb, or spiritually asleep find the clarity they desperately need. Your small action becomes a seed that helps the right message reach the right soul at the right time. But whether you choose to engage or not, hear this clearly: your marking is real. Your activation is in motion. Your spirit is being prepared for assignments that will require courage and supernatural insight. This is why your sensitivity has increased. This is why your dreams have become more vivid. This is why your discernment has sharpened. This is why you can no longer tolerate what drains your spirit. Heaven is refining your environment so that when the full weight of your assignment arrives, you will be able to carry it with strength, with clarity, with unwavering conviction. You are stepping into a realm of authority that you were chosen for before you were even aware of your own calling. This is not a coincidence. This is not emotional overreaction. This is divine timing unfolding with precision. The mark on you is not temporary, it is eternal. It does not fade with seasons, it strengthens through them. It does not crumble under pressure, it intensifies. And now, the spiritual world recognizes you not as a wanderer, not as a victim of circumstances, but as a vessel ready to be used. The marking is heaven's announcement that your time has come. Walk forward with your head lifted. Walk forward with your spirit steady. Walk forward, knowing heaven has placed its seal upon you. What rises inside you now is only the beginning. Something fierce and holy begins pressing into you now. Chosen one, not to harm you, but to transform you. This is the moment when revelation stops circling around your life and finally enters it. You feel the shift like fire brushing against the inside of your chest, exposing what can no longer remain and awakening what has waited too long to rise. This is the dangerous revelation. Dangerous not to you, but to every lie, every fear, every limitation that has tried to bury your purpose. Heaven is not whispering anymore. Heaven is speaking with clarity. You feel the pressure building, not as chaos, but as purification. The divine fire entering you now is not warm comfort, it is holy disruption. It burns away confusion. It melts old shame. It exposes patterns you've carried for years without realizing their weight. It reveals the truth of who you are, not the version shaped by wounds or expectations, but the version heaven authored before the world touched you. There is a moment in every chosen one's life when God stops protecting them from the truth and begins preparing them through it. You are in that moment. This revelation feels dangerous because it confronts every illusion you once used to survive. It challenges the false identities you built to fit into places you were never meant to stay. It interrupts the noise that has drowned out your calling. It forces you to see yourself clearly, stronger than you thought, wiser than you believed, more spiritually awake than you admitted. Only the brave endure this level of clarity. Only the marked receive this depth of unveiling. Only the chosen are trusted with truth that cuts and heals in the same breath. Heaven speaks through the prophet Jeremiah about this very kind of internal transformation, the kind that begins as fire and becomes strength. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 9. His word is in my heart like a fire shut up in my bones. This is the fire entering you now, not destruction, but ignition, not punishment, but power. You may feel the weight of this revelation pressing into places you kept hidden. You may feel exposed not to judgment, but to healing. You may feel raw, not from pain, but from awakening. There is a reason it feels intense. There is a reason it feels personal. There is a reason it feels like something dangerous is entering you. It is because heaven is not adjusting your life. Heaven is rebuilding you. You are being reshaped from the inside out. Old fears are losing their authority. Old patterns are being uprooted. Old wounds are losing their ability to define you. The divine fire entering your spirit is consuming everything that stands between you and your calling. This is the moment when spiritual potential becomes spiritual identity. And yet, even as the revelation burns, there is peace beneath the flame, a deep, grounding peace that reminds you that God never destroys what He intends to use. He never exposes what He won't heal. He never confronts what He won't redeem. The fire you feel is love in its purest form, love that refuses to let you remain small when you were designed to carry greatness. Chosen one. This revelation is not merely about seeing truth. It is about becoming truth. Your spirit is expanding. Your perception is sharpening. Your purpose is rising like smoke from the altar of your transformation. You are beginning to recognize patterns you once tolerated. You are noticing red flags you used to ignore. You are sensing spiritual atmospheres you were once blind to. This is what happens when fire enters the bones of the chosen. Every part of you becomes awake. And now, as this revelation settles deeper into your being, I want you to pause and acknowledge what is happening. Not with fear, not with resistance, not with hesitation, but with agreement, because revelation only transforms those who receive it. So I ask you now, gently, intentionally, spiritually, to anchor this moment with a prophetic act. Comment the number 444. Why 444? Because it symbolizes alignment, foundation, and divine order. Three things being established within you right now. You are not just feeling change, you are being reordered from the inside. This number becomes your declaration that you welcome clarity, that you embrace the fire, that you choose transformation instead of comfort. When you write it, you are not typing digits. You are agreeing with heaven. You are acknowledging the revelation entering you. You are stepping into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Let the fire do its work. Let the revelation open your eyes. Let the truth reshape your soul. You are not the same, and you will never be the same again. Your spirit expands now. Chosen one, stretching into territories you once believed were too high, too deep, too sacred for you to enter. It is not your imagination. It is not emotional intensity. It is spiritual enlargement, an internal widening that makes room for the weight of destiny settling over your life. What is entering you is not small, and therefore you cannot remain small. Your spirit must increase to contain what God is placing within you. This expansion feels unfamiliar because you have lived so long in constricted spaces emotionally, spiritually, even relationally. You learned to survive by shrinking. You learned to avoid conflict by silencing your voice. You learned to maintain peace by reducing your brilliance. But now, heaven stretches you, not painfully, but purposefully. You feel the internal stretching like the first deep breath after years of holding it in. You feel your chest metaphorically widen as truth flows into places once crowded by fear. You feel your awareness lifting, as though your spirit has climbed onto higher ground. This expansion does not happen by accident. It is a direct response to the activation that was placed upon you. Once the mark fell on your spirit, heaven began enlarging the internal vessel so it could carry what comes next. You cannot remain who you were and step into what you are being prepared for. The calling is too great. The responsibility is too heavy. The anointing too powerful. So heaven expands you before it elevates you. You may feel a shift in the way you think, your thoughts becoming clearer, sharper, wiser. You may feel a shift in the way you perceive, recognizing spiritual patterns you once walked past. You may feel a shift in the way you pray, your words carrying weight you cannot explain. All of these are signs of spiritual expansion. Your capacity is increasing. Your discernment is increasing. Your authority is increasing. And with that increase comes a new kind of silence, not emptiness, but density, a silence that feels full, alive, purposeful. It is the silence of someone who knows they are being shaped by unseen hands. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, there is a moment when human limitation yields to divine possibility. As Jesus declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 26, with God all things are possible. This truth becomes the foundation of your expansion. You are not growing for aesthetic or emotional reasons. You are being stretched to contain possibility. Heaven-sized possibility. The kind that breaks generational patterns and opens spiritual gates. You begin to understand things you once questioned. You begin to release things you once clung to. You begin to desire things you once avoided. Expansion changes appetite. Expansion changes perspective. Expansion changes posture. You no longer crave the comfort of the familiar. You crave the alignment of the divine. You no longer seek validation from people. You seek confirmation from God. You no longer chase what drains you. You are drawn to what strengthens you. This is the unmistakable transformation of a chosen one being prepared for influence. Do not fear the stretching. Do not resist the enlargement. Do not misinterpret the unfamiliar. The tension you feel is evidence that your spiritual structure is being rebuilt to a larger scale. God is not giving you more responsibility. He is giving you greater capacity. This is why your emotions feel deeper, your intuition stronger, your awareness heightened. You are outgrowing the version of yourself that once kept you safe, but now keeps you small. You may feel isolated, but it is not isolation, it is elevation. The higher you rise, the fewer voices can reach you. Heaven trims your environment, so your expansion is not suffocated by noise. You may feel misunderstood, but that is because your spirit is expanding faster than your surroundings are evolving. People who once connected with you may no longer understand you because they are interacting with the old version of you while the new one is emerging. You may feel stretched thin, but that is temporary. Soon the stretching becomes strength, just as muscles grow after resistance. This expansion also comes with sensitivity, not weakness, but awareness. You begin to notice the intentions of people, the energy of a room, the hidden motives behind words. Your spirit picks up signals before your mind interprets them. This is the gift of those who are being prepared for greater spiritual influence. And so, chosen one, breathe into this expansion. Let your spirit grow without fear. Let the stretching make room for the anointing rising within you. Let heaven shape your inner world in preparation for the outer assignment that approaches. You will soon discover that what once overwhelmed you now feels small, and what once intimidated you now bows to the authority awakening inside you. Your spirit expands because your purpose demands it. Your purpose expands because your calling requires it. And your calling expands because heaven is preparing to use you in ways you have never imagined. You are becoming more than you knew was possible. You are carrying more than you believed you could hold. You are stepping into more than you thought you deserved. This is the expansion of the chosen. This is the enlargement of destiny. This is the preparation for the next dimension of your calling. You stand at the edge of surrender now. Chosen one, not the surrender the world taught you, where giving up felt like defeat, but the holy surrender that marks the moment when heaven finally takes its rightful place within you. This is the threshold where your will and God's will meet, where your resistance softens and your spirit whispers, "I am ready." Something within you has begun to loosen. You can feel it. The armor you built from old wounds begins to crack. The walls you raised from fear begin to lower. The habits you once used for survival no longer feel comfortable. It is as though your inner world is rearranging itself, making space for what is coming next. But before greater power can settle into you, something else must rise to the surface, the things you must release. Surrender is not loss. Surrender is alignment. Surrender is the letting go that allows the becoming. You begin to recognize what no longer belongs, not because it was evil, but because it is too small for who you are becoming. There are thoughts you can no longer think, patterns you can no longer entertain, connections you can no longer maintain. These things cling to you like shadows that fear the arrival of light. You have carried certain burdens for so long that they became part of your identity. You learned to navigate with them, adapt around them, even justify them. But now the divine fire within you shines brighter, revealing how much weight you were never meant to carry. This is why you feel a holy discomfort. This is why certain emotions feel amplified. This is why certain memories resurface. The fire is not here to punish them, it is here to remove them. There is a sacred wrestling happening inside you. Part of you wants to release what burdens you, but another part clings to what is familiar. This is the human paradox. The soul both fears and longs for change at the same time. And yet, God gently leads you through it. As the ancient scriptures remind through the words of Moses, surrender is not a sign of weakness but a doorway to divine strength. Heaven speaks clearly through the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." These words steady your trembling spirit, reminding you that surrender does not mean standing alone. Surrender means letting God stand with you. You stand at the edge of surrender because what is entering you cannot coexist with what once controlled you. Divine presence does not settle where fear governs. Heavenly purpose does not thrive where shame whispers. Spiritual authority does not operate where old identities remain unchallenged. Something greater is asking for room within you, and you feel it. You feel the tension, not destructive tension, but transformative tension, the kind that makes your spirit aware of what must change, the kind that exposes the inner battles you've ignored, the kind that brings to light the attachments that quietly pull you backward every time you try to rise forward. Surrender is not always a dramatic moment. Sometimes surrender happens quietly in the decision to stop overthinking, in the willingness to release control, in the acceptance that God's plan is better than your fear. It happens when you stop fighting the pull of destiny. It happens when you stop negotiating with the calling. It happens when you stop delaying what your spirit knows is inevitable. Surrender feels like standing on the edge of a cliff without seeing the bridge that will appear only after you step forward. That uncertainty makes the flesh tremble, but it makes the spirit come alive, because surrender is the birthplace of transformation, and you are transforming. You may feel emotions rising unexpectedly, not to overwhelm you, but to empty you. You may feel silence pressing around you, not to isolate you, but to attune you. You may feel old attachments tugging not to claim you, but to test your readiness. Every chosen one faces this moment before being elevated. Every vessel must be emptied before it can be filled. Every warrior must release the past before stepping into divine battle. Do not fear the edge you are standing on. It is not a cliff. It is an entrance. Do not fear the letting go. It is not loss. It is liberation. Do not fear the surrender. It is not weakness. It is wisdom. Your spirit knows this is necessary. Your soul knows this is right. Your destiny waits on the other side of this surrender. Let what needs to leave. Leave. Let what needs to fall away. Fall away. Let what needs to die. Die. For what is coming to you, what is entering you, requires space, openness, willingness, purity, and heaven will not place divine power into a vessel that refuses to release spiritual clutter. This is the surrender that makes you ready. This is the surrender that makes you dangerous to darkness. This is the surrender that makes you unshakable. Chosen one, step into this letting go. It is the doorway to everything God has been preparing you to become. Something begins to break within you now. Chosen one, not a breaking meant to destroy you, but a breaking meant to release you. This is the moment when the old structure of your soul can no longer contain the magnitude of the transformation taking place inside you. You feel the pressure, the stretching, the trembling of inner walls that once kept you controlled, contained, and confined, but they cannot hold you anymore. Your spirit has outgrown its prison. The breaking within you is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of expansion. It is the cracking of the shell around your purpose. It is the fracturing of limitations that were never meant to define you. It is the collapse of the identity you built to survive seasons that have now ended. And though this breaking feels intense, you must understand it is an act of mercy. You feel emotions rising in ways you did not expect. You feel memories resurfacing, not to haunt you, but to free you. You feel the shaking of things you once depended on: beliefs, fears, assumptions, self-protective patterns, because heaven is removing what no longer aligns with your destiny. This breaking is holy. This breaking is necessary. This breaking is the beginning of your rebuilding. You may feel as though something inside you is shattering, but look deeper. It is the cage that is breaking, not the bird within it. The light is cracking through the walls you once used to hide your calling. The truth is pushing through the lies that shaped your earlier years. The fire of God is burning through the debris that once muted your purpose. Chosen one, you are not falling apart, you are falling open. Your spirit is being rewired, your heart recalibrated, your perception refined. This internal breaking exposes your true strength. It reveals the parts of you that darkness could not kill. It reveals the resilience that suffering could not erase. It reveals the spiritual authority you carry, hidden beneath layers of old pain. And in this sacred breaking, heaven speaks a word that anchors your trembling soul. As the Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 16, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. These words are the lens through which you must view this season. Your inner renewal is happening through the breaking, not after it. The shaking is not proof of collapse, it is proof of resurrection. Your heart may feel tender, your spirit may feel exposed, your emotions may feel raw, but these are signs of transformation, not defeat. The breaking reveals what was hidden. The breaking exposes what was buried. The breaking frees what was trapped. And now, as the pressure increases, a truth rises within you. You cannot go back. There is no doorway returning you to your old self. There is no version of you that fits the life you are stepping into. This breaking is the final severing between your past and your future. And now, I ask you to anchor this moment with a declaration, not for the algorithm, not for appearance, but to spiritually mark your readiness for release. Comment, I rise. These two simple words carry power because they are an agreement with heaven. When you write, I rise, you are declaring that the breaking will not bury you, it will build you. You are declaring that what shattered around you cannot silence what awakens within you. You are declaring that you will not cling to the old patterns that once made you small. I rise means you choose transformation over fear. You choose breakthrough over bondage. You choose destiny over delay. Let these words become a banner over this season. Let them echo through your spirit until the breaking becomes birthing. Let them mark the moment you stepped out of limitation and into identity. For everything falling apart inside you is making room for everything rising within you. You are not breaking because you are weak. You are breaking because you are evolving. You are breaking because heaven is rebuilding you from the inside out. Chosen one, let the old structures fall. Let the false versions of yourself crumble. Let the breaking free you, because what comes next requires a spirit unbound, a heart unburdened, and a soul wide open to destiny. And that is exactly who you are becoming when heaven finally steps in. Chosen one, everything changes quietly at first. Then, unmistakably, you begin to feel a presence that does not move around you, but moves through you. It settles into your spirit with a weight that is not heavy, but holy. The atmosphere inside you shifts, as though an unseen hand has reached into the deepest parts of your being and aligned them without permission, yet with perfect intention. This is the moment when divine intervention becomes personal. You are not witnessing God move from a distance, you are experiencing Him enter the very fabric of your soul. Old fears begin to loosen their grip. Old insecurities lose their authority. Old wounds start dissolving under a light they cannot resist. Heaven is not watching you. Heaven is touching you. And as the presence of God takes its place within you, it becomes clear everything you thought was working against you was preparing you for this. The disappointments made room. The delays sharpened you. The heartbreaks softened the hardened places of your heart so you could receive what is entering now. When heaven steps in, it does not ask for permission. It moves with purpose, with precision, with timing sharper than any earthly plan. You feel a warmth that cannot be explained, a peace that interrupts internal storms, a clarity that replaces confusion like sunlight splitting darkness. This is not imagination. This is not emotion. This is visitation. Something greater than you is preparing to work through you. Something purposeful is taking residence in your spirit, not to overpower you, but to empower you. You feel the shift in subtle ways, the change in your thoughts, the weight in your prayers, the new boldness rising in your voice. These are signs that God has stepped in and claimed his space inside you. And in this sacred moment, the ancient text speaks with steadying truth. As the Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" These words wrap themselves around your soul like armor. Not the armor of defense, the armor of identity. The armor of someone chosen, protected, backed by heaven. You feel the truth of it settling over your life. You are no longer moving alone. You are no longer fighting alone. You are no longer rising alone. When heaven steps in, you become untouchable to the forces that once intimidated you. The battles that used to drain you suddenly feel smaller. The voices that once discouraged you lose their volume. The fears that once paralyzed you lose their power. God's presence becomes your shield, your guide, your strength. But hear this, when heaven steps in, the world begins to notice. People may not understand what changed in you, but they will feel it. They will sense the authority in your tone. They will see the steadiness in your decisions. They will recognize the glow in your presence. Even if they cannot name it, you are becoming a vessel, one that carries the residue of encounter. And because of that, allow me to speak to you sincerely and gently. If you feel this presence, if you sense God stepping in, if something inside you whispers, "This is for me," then I invite you, from a place of authenticity, to like, share, and subscribe. Not because you owe me anything, not because of algorithms, not because of routine, but because when you engage with what speaks life into you, you anchor yourself to the flow of messages that will continue guiding your spiritual awakening. Your interaction becomes a signal both to heaven and to yourself that you choose to walk in alignment rather than isolation. And your sharing may reach another chosen one who is standing on the edge of transformation without knowing what to do next. This is more than content. This is spiritual nourishment. This is preparation for purpose. As heaven steps in, your life begins to restore itself piece by piece. You feel your self-worth returning. You feel your confidence rebuilding. You feel your discernment sharpening. You feel your soul waking up from a long sleep. There is no mistake in this timing. There is no accident in this message finding you. There is no coincidence that your spirit feels stirred right now. Heaven is not stepping in temporarily, it is stepping in to stay. Let this presence fill you. Let it rearrange what needs rearranging. Let it strengthen what needs strengthening. Let it quiet what needs quieting. Because once heaven steps in, the path ahead becomes clearer. Once heaven steps in, your destiny becomes undeniable. Once heaven steps in, you become the person you were always meant to be. And now, chosen one, You walk forward not as someone abandoned, but as someone backed by the full force of heaven. The vessel within you awakens now. Chosen one. You may not fully understand it yet, but you can feel it, an inner stirring. A rising awareness that you are no longer just a person moving through life, but a container being shaped for something greater. What rests inside you is no longer dormant. What once whispered is beginning to speak. What once flickered is becoming flame. You sense it in the quiet moments, when everything around you goes still, but your spirit becomes loud. You sense it when your thoughts shift from survival to purpose, when your heart stops reaching backward and begins leaning into the future, when something inside you says, "There is more," and you are part of it. This is the awakening of the vessel, the moment you realize you were never meant to be empty. God chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were available. Not because you had strength, but because you had space. Not because you had experience, but because you had willingness. Heaven does not search for flawless vessels. Heaven searches for open ones. And now you feel yourself opening in ways you never have before. Your spiritual senses sharpen. Your intuition grows louder. Your discernment deepens. Your inner world becomes more vivid, as if something inside you has turned on a light that refuses to go out. This awakening is not emotional, it is spiritual. It is the realization that your life has always had divine fingerprints pressed into its timeline. Every detour, every delay, every heartbreak, every unexpected shift was shaping the vessel you are becoming now. You were being hollowed out in the places where purpose would later be poured in. Chosen one. Do you see it? You were being prepared long before you were aware. The vessel inside you wakes up, because now is the time of pouring. Now is the time of assignment. Now is the time of activation. Everything that once felt meaningless now reveals its purpose. Everything that once felt painful now reveals its wisdom. Everything that once broke you now reveals how it built space for destiny. And as this awakening deepens, Scripture speaks with clarity to remind you why this inner transformation feels so profound. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This is not merely instruction, it is revelation. You guard your heart because your heart has become a vessel for divine flow. You protect your spirit because your spirit is carrying something heaven sent. You live with intention because everything God pours into you will eventually pour out of you. You are becoming a carrier of light in a world starving for it. You are becoming a bearer of truth in a generation drowning in illusion. You are becoming a vessel through which heaven will speak, heal, guide, and reach. This awakening is not for you alone, it is for those connected to your future. There are people whose lives will change because your vessel awakened. There are battles that will be won because your spirit said yes. There are doors that will open for others because you chose to walk through yours. And yet this awakening comes with a subtle shift. The old version of you begins to fade. The version driven by fear, shaped by insecurity, silenced by doubt, controlled by past wounds. Those layers begin to peel off you like skin you've outgrown. You no longer resonate with what once drained you. You no longer desire what once distracted you. You no longer tolerate what once weakened you. It is not that you have become harsh, it is that you have become aligned. You are learning to protect the vessel. You are learning to honor what God is placing inside you. You are learning that your spirit cannot be scattered anymore. And with this awakening comes clarity. You are not here to blend in. You are not here to be small. You are not here to carry emptiness. You are here to carry fire. A vessel awakened is a vessel dangerous to darkness. A vessel awakened is a vessel impossible to manipulate. A vessel awakened is a vessel that heaven trusts. Feel how your spirit stands taller now. Feel how your inner world strengthens. Feel how your identity shifts, not by effort, but by encounter. You are awakening into who you were always meant to be. And even now, you can sense that this awakening is only the beginning. The fullness of what you are meant to carry has not yet been poured, but the vessel is ready. The space is cleared. The walls are strengthened. The spirit is aligned. This is the preparation before the infilling. This is the breath before the wind. This is the awakening before the anointing. Chosen one, let the vessel rise. Let your spirit open. Let your calling deepen. For what is coming will not merely touch your life, it will flow through your life, changing everything and everyone connected to you. Light begins to pour into you now. Chosen one, not gently, not softly, but with a deliberate force that fills the hidden rooms of your soul. This is the holy infiltration, the moment when divine presence enters places you once kept locked, protected, or even forgotten. You can feel it spreading through you like sunrise, moving across a dark landscape, illuminating everything it touches. There is no corner too shadowed, no memory too fragile, no wound too deep for this light to reach. For years, you protected certain parts of yourself because you believed they were too broken or too complicated to be healed. You buried emotions under strength. You dismissed spiritual sensitivity as imagination. You hid your pain behind endurance. But heaven has decided that the days of hiding are over. The light is coming for all of it, not to expose you, but to restore you. You may sense a shift inside your chest, subtle at first, then undeniable. You may feel as though a weight lifts from a place you didn't know was heavy. You may feel sudden clarity, as if your spirit just wiped condensation from a fogged mirror. This is the infiltration. This is the entrance of divine truth. Light is not passive. Light confronts. Light transforms. Light makes visible what darkness tried to distort. And now, it begins its work inside you, quietly but thoroughly. Old lies begin to dissolve. Old fears lose their authority. Old emotional knots begin to loosen. You realize that what you once called numbness was actually spiritual exhaustion. And now heaven fills the places where your strength had run thin. This infiltration is not an attack, it is assistance. Not a threat, a cleansing. Not destruction, reconstruction. Heaven has chosen to occupy your inner world, not temporarily, not conditionally, but fully. And as this happens, the ancient words of Scripture echo through your spirit, grounding you in peace at the very moment you feel the intensity of change. Scripture says in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." This peace is not calmness. It is not comfort. It is not mere quiet. It is authority over every storm inside you. You feel it now, a steadying presence, a firm foundation, a reassurance that you do not walk through this transformation alone. The holy infiltration begins rewriting your inner landscape. Where insecurity once lived, confidence begins to root. Where confusion once ruled, clarity begins to form. Where old trauma once whispered, silence and healing begin to reign. Chosen one, understand this. You are not being overtaken. You are being restored. You are not being overwhelmed. You are being awakened. You are not being broken. You are being rebuilt. This divine presence enters the places you least expected to remind you that nothing inside you is off limits to God. Not your past, not your doubts, not your unresolved questions, not your pain. Everything you carry becomes territory for transformation. You may feel emotional waves rise suddenly. Let them. This is release, not regression. You may feel memories surface. Let them. They are surfacing to be healed, not to haunt you. You may feel old versions of yourself slipping away. Let them. They were never meant to accompany you into this next dimension. Infiltration is intentional. Heaven is not leaking into you. Heaven is entering with purpose. You are becoming a vessel of light, brighter, clearer, stronger than ever before. And now, as the light fills the last hidden corners of your being, I ask you to anchor this moment in a prophetic act, a declaration that you willingly receive what heaven is pouring into you. Comment the number 333. Why 333? Because it symbolizes divine fullness and heavenly alignment. Mind, body, and spirit coming under one purpose. It represents the completion of the infiltration, the arrival of clarity, and the readiness of your entire being to carry the light you were chosen for. When you write 333, you are not typing numbers. You are saying, I receive the light. I welcome the transformation. I allow heaven to fill me completely. Let this number be your agreement. Let it be your spiritual seal. Let it be your acknowledgement that the divine has entered deeply, fully, completely. Because what you carry after this will not be dim, fragile, or unstable. It will be luminous, steady, and unstoppable. This is the infiltration that changes everything. This is the moment heaven fills you from the inside out. This is the light you were destined to carry. You feel it now. Chosen one, the fire you carry is no longer just within you. It begins to move through you. What once felt like a private stirring becomes a living flame that shapes your thoughts, strengthens your spirit, and prepares your steps. This is not the fire of destruction, but the fire of purpose, the fire of illumination, the fire that reveals who you are becoming. The more the light filled you, the more your inner world transformed. And now, that transformation begins to radiate outward. You are no longer simply holding revelation, you are becoming revelation. You are no longer just experiencing breakthrough, you are embodying it. The fire you carry is meant to work through you, touching everything connected to your destiny. This fire is not loud, but it is undeniable. It is not chaotic, but it is powerful. It is not reckless, but it is unstoppable. You sense the shift in subtle ways. Your confidence rises, not arrogance, but certainty. Your words begin to carry weight. Even when spoken softly, your presence changes rooms before you even speak. Your intuition grows sharper, guiding you away from distractions and toward alignment. This fire is intelligent. It knows where to go. It knows what to heal. It knows what to dismantle. It knows what to ignite. For so long, you felt like your life was a cycle of wounds and waiting. You questioned your purpose. You doubted your strength. You feared your sensitivity. But now you understand all of those experiences were preparing you to carry this fire. You had to be emptied so you could be filled. You had to be softened so you could be shaped. You had to be stretched so you could be expanded. You had to be humbled so you could be entrusted. And now heaven entrusts you with flame. There is a reason darkness feared you before you even knew your own power, because darkness recognized what you did not yet see. It saw the potential burning inside you long before you awakened to it. It saw the calling attached to your name. It saw the future impact of your obedience. But no amount of resistance could stop the fire from rising. This fire carries purpose. This fire carries clarity. This fire carries authority. And as it grows within you, Scripture echoes across your spirit like a steady drumbeat of truth. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 28, You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. These ancient words confirm what you feel right now. The fire within you is not self-made, it is God-given. You do not keep yourself burning, He does. Your flame does not flicker because of instability, it flickers because it is alive. This is why you are beginning to feel more connected to your higher purpose. This is why your heart longs for deeper meaning. This is why surface-level living no longer satisfies you. The fire inside you demands expression. And expression comes in many forms, through your compassion, lighting the path of someone who has lost their way, through your wisdom, bringing clarity where confusion reigns, through your courage, showing others what faith looks like in motion, through your presence carrying peace into chaotic places. You become a carrier of transformation simply by being who you truly are. This is the season where your voice, your actions, your decisions become infused with divine intention. You no longer react out of fear, you respond out of fire. You no longer make choices from insecurity, you make them from identity. You no longer shrink to avoid discomfort, you rise because you are guided by purpose. The fire you carry will begin to expose misalignment, relationships that drain you, environments that stunt you, habits that weaken you, thoughts that limit you, not because you are failing, but because you are evolving. The fire does not merely illuminate what is wrong, it reveals what is right. It guides you to people who nourish your calling. It draws you toward opportunities aligned with destiny. It sharpens your inner compass until you cannot mistake divine direction. And with every step, the fire grows stronger. You begin to notice that spiritual warfare affects you differently. What once overwhelmed you now feels small. What once intimidated you now feels powerless. What once confused you now appears transparent. This is what happens when purpose begins to flow through you instead of just resting within you. You are becoming a torchbearer, someone who carries light into darkness without fear. Someone who steps into the unknown with heaven at their back. Someone who transforms atmospheres simply by stepping into them. Chosen one, understand this deeply. You do not follow the fire. You are the fire. You carry hope into hopeless places. You carry clarity into chaotic spaces. You carry love into wounded hearts. You carry authority into spiritual battles. This is not a temporary phase. This is not emotional intensity. This is the next dimension of your calling. You were not chosen just to survive. You were chosen to ignite. You were not chosen just to receive. You were chosen to release. You were not chosen just to awaken. You were chosen to transform. The fire within you is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your impact. Carry it boldly. Carry it wisely. Carry it faithfully. For the world will soon recognize what heaven already knows: you were born to carry fire. The warrior within you rises now. Chosen one, not in noise, not in aggression, but in quiet and unshakable authority. This emergence is not about learning to fight. It is about remembering that you were born with a strength the world could not break and darkness could not dilute. What is awakening inside you now is the part of you that always knew you were meant to stand, to endure, to overcome, and to lead. This rising is subtle at first. You notice a steadiness in your spirit where anxiety used to live. You notice a certainty in your decisions where hesitation once lingered. You notice a clarity in your vision where confusion once clouded everything. You are not becoming someone new, you are uncovering the person you were destined to be. The warrior does not come from ego, the warrior comes from identity. It comes from the realization that you have survived everything that was meant to destroy you. It comes from the awareness that God has been training you, even in seasons that felt directionless. It comes from the understanding that your wounds were not evidence of defeat, they were evidence of endurance. A warrior is not shaped by comfort. A warrior is shaped by pressure. And you, chosen one, have lived through pressures that would have shattered the ordinary. You survived nights that tried to break your mind. You survived betrayals that tried to harden your heart. You survived losses that tried to silence your spirit. You survived battles you never spoke about, yet here you are, rising. This is why heaven invests in you. This is why the fire within you grows. This is why your discernment sharpens with every step. You are being positioned as a warrior, not to fight blindly, but to fight spiritually, intentionally, and powerfully. As the warrior emerges, you begin to recognize your past differently. What once felt like chaos now looks like training. What once felt random now appears strategic. What once felt like punishment now reveals itself as preparation. This is the transformation of vision that happens only in warriors. They learn to see through divine perspective rather than emotional reaction. And as this inner warrior rises, Scripture speaks again, aligning your spirit with ancient truth. As the prophet Elijah spoke in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. This is more than a verse, it is a call to decisiveness, a summons to spiritual clarity, a separation between hesitation and conviction. A warrior does not waver. A warrior commits. A warrior aligns. You feel that alignment pulling you now. You feel your spirit choosing conviction over convenience. You feel your soul leaning into identity rather than insecurity. You feel strength settling into the places where fear once lived. This strength is not loud, it is rooted. It is not frantic, it is focused. It is not prideful, it is purposeful. The warrior within you understands that the battle is rarely external. Most battles take place in the mind, in the emotions, in the spirit. And now, the battles that used to consume you lose their power. You no longer respond from desperation, you respond from discernment. You no longer react from woundedness, you respond from wisdom. You begin to move with intention, your words become sharper. Your silence becomes strategic. Your boundaries become firm. Your spirit becomes steady. And others will notice it. They will not always understand it, but they will feel the authority rising in you. not dominance, divine confidence. This is the confidence that cannot be taught. It can only be awakened. The warrior within you is no longer willing to tolerate cycles that weaken you. You no longer entertain connections that distract you. You no longer accept environments that drain your spirit. You no longer surrender your peace to anyone or anything, because warriors understand the value of their strength. They understand their responsibility to protect what is sacred inside them. They understand that their calling requires clarity, not chaos. And so you begin to walk differently. Your steps become intentional. Your decisions become weighted with purpose. Your presence becomes impossible to ignore. The warrior emerges not to destroy, but to defend your calling, your peace, your growth, your alignment. And soon, you will realize that the warrior within you is not just rising, it is taking command. You will no longer be tossed by emotion. You will no longer be manipulated by fear. You will no longer be pulled backward by old versions of yourself. You are stepping fully into spiritual maturity. You are stepping into the authority heaven always intended for you. You are stepping into the identity that darkness hoped you would never discover. Chosen one. Your warrior does not rise to fight for victory. Your warrior rises from victory. There is nothing ahead of you that you cannot overcome. There is no battle forming that you are not prepared for. There is no enemy that can succeed against a vessel carrying divine fire and awakened purpose. Your strength is not temporary, it is eternal. Your rise is not fragile, it is ordained. Your identity is not uncertain, it is sealed. The warrior within you is awake. Stand tall, walk forward, and let the world witness your becoming. You feel it now more clearly than ever. Chosen one, the pull of destiny, not just awakening within you, but urging you into motion. The force rising inside you is no longer content with being felt. It seeks expression, action, impact. You have been prepared, refined, expanded, and ignited, and now heaven begins to press you forward. This is the moment where calling becomes movement, where identity becomes assignment, where transformation becomes influence. You can sense it in the atmosphere around your life. Doors that once felt sealed now feel fragile. Opportunities that once seemed distant suddenly draw nearer. Your discernment sharpens to the point where you can recognize alignment instantly. Your spirit stirs with an urgency that does not feel anxious, but purposeful. Heaven is positioning you. You were never meant to carry this power silently. You were never meant to hide the fire placed within you. You were never meant to shrink in the presence of your own calling. What God placed inside you through every stirring, every break, every burning, every awakening was meant to reach the world beyond you. This is why your voice feels stronger. This is why your presence feels heavier. This is why your intuition has become your compass. You have stepped into a realm of influence. Even if the world has not yet recognized it, the spiritual realm already has. You are marked. You are activated. You are sent. And with this activation comes responsibility, the responsibility to stand tall, to speak truth, to shine light, to carry hope, to move in alignment with heaven's timing. The force urging you forward is not pressure, it is purpose calling your name. Scripture confirms this forward motion with a clarity that resonates deeply within your rising spirit. As written in the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 10, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us. This is not metaphor, this is identity. You were crafted for impact. Your existence is intentional. Your influence is pre-written. Your steps are divinely arranged. You are not stepping into purpose, you are returning to it. And now, chosen one, allow me to speak to you with sincerity, not formality. If this message resonates with the deepest part of your spirit, if you feel the truth of it vibrating through your inner world, then I invite you, humbly and genuinely, to like, share, and subscribe. Not out of habit, not out of obligation, not for numbers, but because staying connected to this stream of messages keeps your spirit aligned with the path heaven is carving for you. When you engage, you are not merely supporting content, you are reinforcing your connection to guidance, clarity, and strength. You are placing yourself in the flow of continual awakening. And when you share, you are stepping into your first act of influence. You are carrying the light forward. You are extending the awakening to another soul who may be on the verge of giving up. Your simple action could become someone else's turning point. And now, with the same authenticity, I invite you also to comment on this message, not for engagement but as a declaration. Your comment becomes a written marker in the spiritual realm, a record of your willingness to step into destiny. It becomes a moment you look back on and say, "This is where I said yes." It becomes a signpost on your path of awakening. Write what your spirit feels. Even a single word carries weight when spoken from the right intention. Write your agreement. Write your recognition. Write your willingness. For you are stepping into influence now. You may feel your spirit stretching outward, sensing needs around you, not to burden you, but to guide you. You are beginning to feel compassion for people in ways you never have before. You are beginning to speak with authority even without trying. You are beginning to radiate peace in environments filled with chaos. These are signs that you are no longer simply transforming, you are transforming others. Heaven has positioned you as a carrier of impact. Not someday, not eventually. Now, every lesson you endured, every storm you survived, every wound God healed is becoming fuel for the work ahead of you. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was meaningless. The calling on your life is not small. The influence you will carry is not minor. The purpose assigned to you is not fragile. You are meant to shift atmospheres. You are meant to awaken the sleeping. You are meant to break generational patterns. You are meant to shine in places others avoided. You are meant to bring clarity where confusion ruled. This is why the process was intense. This is why the fire was fierce. This is why the breaking cut deep. This is why the infiltration exposed everything. Because your assignment requires strength, maturity, sensitivity, and unwavering conviction. Now you stand on the threshold of impact, ready, aligned, awakened. Let the world watch. Let heaven lead. Let purpose flow. For you, chosen one, have been prepared for this exact moment in time, and you will not miss what was meant to carry your name. What has entered you now begins to settle. Chosen one, not as a moment, not as an emotion, but as a permanent part of your identity. This is the stage of integration, the sacred merging of who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming. The fire, the light, the awakening, the breaking, the rising, all of it begins to knit itself into the fabric of your daily existence. You are no longer visiting transformation, you are living it. What once felt intense now feels natural. What once felt overwhelming now feels aligned. What once felt foreign now feels like home. This is because the power you carry is no longer an external experience. It has become an internal truth. You begin to move differently without trying. You begin to think differently without forcing. You begin to perceive differently without effort. Your spirit has adjusted to the new frequency of heaven flowing through you. You are no longer stretching to hold the fire, it sits comfortably inside you. Like a heartbeat, you can feel spiritually even when your mind is elsewhere. Integration is not loud. Integration is not dramatic. Integration is quiet strength becoming your new normal. This stage reveals how deeply you've changed. You respond to challenges with discernment instead of panic. You handle conflict with clarity instead of insecurity. You navigate uncertainty with peace instead of fear. Not because life becomes easier, but because you have become stronger. What once shook you now barely trembles your spirit. What once confused you now appears transparent. What once drained you now holds no power. Because you are no longer operating from your old self. You are operating from your awakened soul. And in this subtle but profound shift, Scripture speaks again with the kind of timeless truth that anchors you firmly in your identity. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 2, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not overwhelm you." This is the essence of integration. God is not visiting you, God is walking with you. Not occasionally, but continually. Not during spiritual highs, but in daily life. Not only in moments of revelation, but in moments of routine. This presence becomes part of your rhythm. This guidance becomes part of your instinct. This peace becomes part of your baseline. Integration means you no longer chase purpose. Purpose flows through everything you do. You begin to notice that your decisions are sharper. Your values are clearer. Your boundaries are firmer. Not because you are trying to be holy, but because you are living from the strength of who you have become. You find yourself less reactive, more reflective, less drained, more grounded, less scattered, more centered. This is what happens when heaven synchronizes with your soul. Integration also brings awareness of what no longer fits. You start recognizing relationships that were tied to an older version of you. You sense activities that drain the fire you now carry. You perceive environments that no longer resonate with your spirit. These realizations are not loss, they are alignment. You are not detaching, you are evolving. As this new identity stabilizes within you, something profound happens. Your spirit becomes steady. Not rigid, steady. Not hard-rooted. Not cold, clear. The intensity of earlier transformation was necessary to break you open, but the steadiness of this stage is necessary to prepare you for elevation. You are not meant to be in a constant state of spiritual fire. You are meant to become the fire controlled, contained, radiant, and unmovable. You will notice that your dreams feel more purposeful. Your thoughts feel more aligned. Your emotions feel more balanced. You are not the same person navigating the same patterns. You are the transformed person creating new patterns. You find strength in silence rather than discomfort. You find wisdom in pause rather than fear. You find purpose in patience rather than frustration. This is the maturity of the chosen. This is the settling of the anointing. This is the embodiment of destiny. Integration means you no longer question whether you are called. You know you are called. You no longer wonder whether you are ready. You feel your readiness. You no longer doubt whether God is with you. You experience His presence daily. This stage is foundational. It prepares you to carry more, to lead more, to influence more without collapsing under the weight of what is coming. Because the next chapter of your life will not require a spark, it will require a flame that does not flicker. And that flame now lives inside you, stable and sustained. Chosen one. This is your integration, the seamless merging of heaven's work and your awakened identity. You walk forward not as someone seeking transformation, but as someone embodying it. You step forward now, chosen one, not as the version of yourself who once trembled at the unknown, but as the one who has been shaped, refined, awakened, broken open, rebuilt, filled, ignited, and integrated. This is the becoming, the moment when everything that has entered you, everything that has transformed you, everything that has been poured into the vessel of your spirit begins to reveal its true purpose. The world around you may look the same, but you do not. Your posture has changed. Your atmosphere has changed. Your inner landscape has changed. You walk with a presence that cannot be hidden and cannot be denied. You feel the strength beneath your silence. You feel the clarity behind your thoughts. You feel the authority woven into your words. You feel the steady fire resting behind every decision. This is not temporary intensity. This is not emotional elevation. This is the transformation of identity. The journey you walked from awakening to breaking to burning to rising was not random. It was the divine sculpting of your soul. And now the sculpture stands complete, not perfect, but whole, not flawless, but aligned, not finished, but fully awakened. There is a new way your spirit moves now, a grounded confidence, a quiet certainty, a steady awareness of who you are and who walks with you. Your old self has dissolved like smoke. Your old fears cannot hold you. Your old wounds cannot define you. Your old limitations cannot restrain you. You have become the version of yourself heaven saw long before you ever caught a glimpse of that reflection. In this becoming, Scripture speaks once more, sealing what your spirit already knows. It is written in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 6. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. These words do not simply reassure you, they reveal the truth of your journey. God did not begin something in you to abandon it. He did not spark a fire in you to let it dim. He did not awaken your spirit to let it fall asleep again. Every piece of transformation you have experienced has been intentional, and every step forward from here will continue that work. Heaven finishes what it starts. Now, you move differently, not because you are trying, but because you have become. You no longer search for purpose, you walk in purpose. You no longer seek validation, you recognize your worth. You no longer fear darkness, you carry light. The becoming is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your influence. You will notice it in the way people respond to you. Some will feel drawn to your peace. Some will feel challenged by your strength. Some will feel awakened by your wisdom. Some will feel unsettled by your discernment. This is the effect of someone who carries divine presence not as a moment, but as a mantle. Your life becomes a signal, a beacon to the wandering, a reminder to the weary, a revelation to the seeking. You do not need to preach loudly. Your transformation speaks without sound. You do not need to convince anyone. Your presence carries conviction. You do not need to prove your calling. Your spirit bears evidence. The becoming is an unfolding, your purpose revealing itself layer by layer. Your identity growing clearer with each passing day. Your destiny drawing nearer with every step you take. And yet, this becoming is also a releasing. You release fear. You release self-doubt. You release apology for who you are. You release every weight that tried to hold you to older versions of yourself. You walk lighter now, not because your life has no challenges, but because your spirit is stronger than the storms ahead. You walk with a divine steadiness that cannot be shaken by temporary circumstances. You are not rising into your calling, you are embodying it. You are not approaching your destiny, you are stepping into it. You are not preparing for purpose, you are living it. The world will soon recognize the change. But heaven recognized it long ago. You have become the vessel, the warrior, the flame, the messenger, the chosen one shaped by divine hands. And as you continue forward, your life becomes the testament of everything heaven has done within you, every breakthrough, every clarity, every healing, every awakening. You are no longer waiting for transformation. You are the transformed. You are no longer hoping for purpose. You are the purposeful. You are no longer wishing for light. You are the light. Chosen one. This is your becoming, the moment you step fully into the identity heaven crafted for you from the beginning of time. Walk in it boldly. Walk in it freely. Walk in it completely. For nothing about you is accidental anymore. Everything within you carries destiny. Everything around you shifts in response to your presence. Everything ahead of you aligns with divine intention. You have become who you were always meant to be. Chosen one, pause here with me for a moment. You have walked through every rise, every breaking, every awakening, every flame, every stirring written in this journey. You did not just read these words, you traveled through them. You absorbed them. You allowed them to shape the inner chambers of your spirit. And now, as this script comes to an end, something inside you stands taller, clearer, stronger than when you began. This is not the end of your transformation. This is the beginning of your becoming. Everything that has awakened in you, the strength, the vision, the resilience, the clarity, these things are not meant to fade once the words stop flowing. They are meant to walk with you, speak through you, guide you, protect you, and shape every step you take from this moment forward. You have stepped into alignment with who you were always meant to be. And as you carry this new awareness into your life, I want to speak to you with sincerity, not as a narrator, but as a voice that has walked with you through every stage of this spiritual unfolding. If this journey strengthened you, if you felt seen, understood, awakened, if something inside you shifted, healed, or ignited, then I truly invite you gently, authentically, wholeheartedly to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this message, not out of routine, not for numbers, not because it's expected, but because your engagement helps this message reach others who desperately need the same awakening you just experienced. Someone out there is standing at the edge of their own breakthrough. Someone is praying for clarity. Someone is drowning silently in spiritual exhaustion. and your simple act of sharing could become the lifeline that pulls them into the light. And your comment, "Write whatever your spirit feels," becomes more than text. It becomes a declaration that you have stepped into your identity, that you have completed this spiritual passage, and that you stand in agreement with every word that lifted you. Let your voice be part of the ripple. Let your presence help awaken another chosen one. Let your support continue the flow that heaven has begun in you. You are not leaving this message the same. You are leaving transformed, aligned, awakened, a carrier of fire, a vessel of purpose, a warrior of light. Thank you for walking this journey. Thank you for receiving these words. Thank you for becoming who you were always destined to be. Your story is just beginning.